Memories of first times. Today, at 30 years old, as I reflect on my memories, I realize how much they have shaped the person I am. It all began with that unforgettable moment, the first time I kissed someone. It was a mix of nervousness and curiosity, as if the world paused for a few seconds to witness that instant. My heart was racing, my hands were sweating, and, even though I didn't quite know what I was doing, it felt like something clicked, like that touch was a secret shared between two hearts. Then came the first make-out sessions. Who doesn't remember that flutter in the stomach, the adrenaline coursing through your veins, the insecurity about how to act or what to say? The discovery of how bodies could connect, still innocent and experimental, left a profound mark on me. I remember every detail, every stolen smile and every nervous touch. Those experiences were new but also intensely exciting. There was a beauty in the simplicity of it all, a purity that, perhaps, adulthood can never quite replicate. And then one day, I had my first sexual encounter. I wasn't entirely ready, but I thought I was. There was a silent pressure, not from others, but from myself, as if it were a rite of passage that had to happen. And it did. It was awkward, a bit confusing, but also meaningful. It felt like I was crossing a bridge, leaving behind the girl I had been and embracing the woman I wanted to become. That first experience wasn't perfect, but it taught me so much. It taught me about respect, about boundaries, and about how intimacy is so much deeper than the act itself. And I can't forget the first time I felt someone's touch on my thighs. It was different, a sense of vulnerability mixed with a level of surrender I didn't know was possible. It wasn't just physical, it was emotional. It was as if, in that moment, I was allowing someone else to see a little more of me, to look beyond the surface. And that, for me, was revolutionary. I remember the sensation of the touch, the warmth, the connection. It's a memory I hold dear, not because it was perfect, but because it was mine. These memories, of course, are common to many girls. Each has her own journey, her own experiences, but we all share this phase of discovery. It's a time of transition, of learning, of growth. Today, when I think about those first times, I see how important they were in helping me understand who I am. Back then, everything felt so big, so definitive. Now, I see they were just the first steps in a long journey. Over the years, other experiences came along. Some loves, some heartbreaks, but always lessons. The guy from work, for example, was a lesson in how intimacy isn't just physical but also emotional. He showed me that the connection between two people goes far beyond what is visible. Amid all this, I was learning to understand myself, to listen to my body, to respect my limits, and to recognize what I truly wanted. It wasn't a linear path. There were mistakes, missteps, and moments of doubt. But each experience brought me a little more wisdom, a little more understanding of who I am and what I value. Today, at 30 years old, I live a more stable routine. I'm married, and despite the responsibilities of daily life, I always take a moment to revisit these memories. They're not just recollections, they're part of who I am. Every kiss, every touch, every experience helps shape the woman I see in the mirror. And, even with the difficulties and challenges, I wouldn't trade these memories for anything. Because, in the end, the first times we experience never leave us. They shape us, guide us, and, when revisited, make us realize how much we've grown. And that's something I will always cherish.